If you can draw a box, a cylinder and a sphere and turn them in space, you can draw almost anything. In this lesson, I'll show you how simple forms create depth, weight and movement. In the previous lesson, we looked at how simple shapes become solid objects. Today we're taking that idea one step further. I'll show you how to turn forms in space, how overlap and shadow create depth, and how the same thinking applies to the human figure. Now you can see that I've drawn a box in 1-point perspective, and that's very stable, but it's not very dynamic. Next to it I drew a 2-point perspective box, and I think you'll agree it's a bit more dynamic. Now I'm going to draw a cylinder, and it's straight up and down, and I'll show you how to make it more dynamic. So simply by turning it or tilting it, it creates an energy and a dynamism which are quite interesting. Now here I've drawn a circle. I'm going to turn it into a sphere, and it shows you where the light source is coming from. I'll shade the other items now. One side, on the left side, shading, and in each case. And that makes it stronger. Now I'm going to draw another circle and make it into a sphere. And there's one more thing I can do here, turning it into a sphere, and that's to add cast shadow. Now I'm going to show you how to overlap. And this makes the forms sit back in space and come forward in space. So here's a 2-point perspective cube, and I'll draw another cube in front of it, or slightly in front, and adjust that into an overlap. Overlapping creates space and solidity. Straight away it starts to feel that both objects start to feel more solid. Now here I'll do another 2-point perspective cube, and I'll overlap it with a cylinder. So overlapping really helps to create depth, and it gives it a more 3D feeling. Now here I'm drawing that circle up on the top row, but I'm going to add something more, not just the cast shadow in the second one, but I'll do something which is pretty dynamic, and it tells you a lot. Very useful for drawing and to make things stand out. Now I'll draw the circle into a sphere, turn it into a solid object. But on the light side of the sphere, in the negative space of the square, I'll shade it in. So that makes the sphere pop. On the other side where the sphere is dark, I'll leave that light. So we're playing, things with to make it more dynamic. And shading, of course, adds to the solidity of the objects. Now here we've got a figure. This is from a Japanese all-pose book. I think they're available from Amazon, but you have various dynamic poses which show from very different angles. So I'm going to draw the figure first in the head is a sphere, the chest and the pelvis are cuboid, if you like, and the legs and the arms are cylinders. So I'll come back at the end and I'll show you, we'll talk a little bit further. I'm going to humanize this particular figure, so I'll let you see how that's done. So I'll see you at the end. Please make a comment about this sort of lesson too. It'd be very helpful for me. So there you have it, everyone. A much more humanised figure. So it started with the basic shapes of circles becoming spheres, squares becoming cubes, and cylinders becoming cylinders. And so I'd really like to hear your comments. I'd really like to know whether you like this kind of video, or whether you hate it and don't do those ever again. But anyway, I hope you got something out of this video, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now. And don't forget to subscribe if you liked it. Thank you so much.